Hey guys, back on Dan's bike. So today I'm going to start to wax some of these parts. Not his bikini line or anything like that. It's not that sort of waxing. We're waxing his bike parts. So I've already cleaned the gear lever up on the Scotch-Brite wheel. That's come up really well. Got all the old flaking chrome ripped off it. I'm hoping the kickstart is going to be as good, because as you can see that is in a bit of a mess. So I'm hoping that's all going to come off. As you know, Dan doesn't want any chrome on this bike, nothing shiny or highly polished. It's sort of, I don't know, maybe like try and get an aged look to it, but not like rough. I know some of you like your rat bikes and things like that, which also this is good for as well. You know, some people do leave stuff to go rusty, and you know, if it's got to a point where you're happy with the looks, you can seal it up with beeswax and it'll, you know, it won't go any further. And it's also good for little parts, I guess, if you're starting to get a little bit of rust somewhere. On parts like this, you know, sometimes you'll get a bit of rusting in the creasing and stuff like that. You could perhaps just put a bit of heat in there and seal it up with wax, and it'll stop it going any further. But obviously, if you've got a bike that's all shiny and highly polished and everything, it's not very good for that. It's just, for anything like this, I think it is better in clear lacquer, because clear lacquer, it does come off. Coating bare metal can be a right pain, but this stuff, it goes on it, sticks on it and stays on it. So yeah, if you're doing anything like this, this little trick is ideal, and it lasts a long time, especially if you're looking after it and buffing it up now and again. So anyway, let's give this a clean. Hopefully it'll come up all right. Right. Bit of a closer look now. As you can see, that is quite rough. So I'm hoping with the chrome flaking, the coarse wheel is going to rip into it and get the rest of it off and give us a nice surface finish. Let's find out. I think it's going to work. It's getting better. Right, that's got all that cleaned up. It's all come up fine. So I'm pleased with that. So now, basically, heat it all up and drop some wax on it and give it a brush. Let's see how it works out. Let's have a go at the kickstart first. Obviously, something to hold it with. Let's see if that's hot enough. I should have broke a bit off this really, shouldn't I? Yeah, that's going on. Right, that's got that. And basically, let that cool off, and we'll give it a brush up. That's another one. We'll hang that up somewhere. Right, for some of these smaller parts, it's just as easy to get some wax melted in a tin and then put a little bit of heat in these and dip them in. So, just an old food tin, or you can, guess you can use a stove and a saucepan or whatever. Right, let's put a bit of heat in the material as well. And give it a dip. Right, I'll let all that go cold. Perfect excuse for a cup of tea. And then we'll get back on and give it all a brush up. And it should look all right. Right, most of that's gone cold now. So basically give it a buff over with a cloth. As you can see, well, I don't know if you can see, it's fairly dull at the moment. Let's have a look at that. As you can see, obviously, where we let it rest. Oh, there we go. We've got some lumps there. And just wire brush them off. It won't fetch the wax off with a wire brush. The only way you're going to get that off is drop it in petrol. Even then, it's a pain to get off. Or heat it up twice as much to burn it off. It really does stick to it. My fluffy cloth sticking to it a bit as well. It'll calm down. When you've buffed it up, it's not sticky at all. Like I say, it's just an idea. It might not suit some people. It might seem a silly idea to some people, but it really does protect the surface from rusting. I'll say I'd like to find that piece I had. I did have a piece I made many years ago. It's like 20 years ago. And I know for a fact last time I seen it, it still wasn't rusty. And that, it's like a bit of leaf work I made in tin of a sheet. Just like a demonstration piece. And it's been in drawers lying around on the floor. It's been battered around everywhere. And I say, last time I seen it, I wished I could find it. It still wasn't rusty. I'll say that's been kicking around for 20 years. There we go, it's got a bit of a sheen on it now. I don't know if you can see that. Like I say, if that was lacquer and you'd done that, well, you'd have to flat it all out and respray it. But let's say if you mark this with your boot, which I doubt if you will, not this stuff, you just rub it over again and it's spot on. But anything, you just as you know, if that was lacquer, it'd be at it like that. Rub it over and it's spot on. There you go. Scrubbed bare metal finish. They're ready to go. Sorted. So there you go. If, you know, like I say, it might not suit everybody. It might seem a bit of a crazy idea, but I've used this on loads and loads and loads and loads of things over the years in the blacksmithing. It's just a little trick we used on, you know, stuff you wanted to leave bare metal for a natural finish. And it really does last. It just lasts forever virtually. You know, if it goes a bit dull, you basically just rub it over with a cloth. And like I've just seen, you can't mark it, you can't damage it. You just rub that cloth over it again, and it's back to how it was. Like I say, it's not suitable to put on some things. You couldn't put it on polished alloy or anything like that, really. It just really is best with sort of scrubbed, brushed bare metal. And it will protect it for a very long time. I'll say some of you may prefer to use lacquer, but this is just so simple to do. And I know for a fact it works and lasts for years and years and years and years. And even if you do get a bit, you know, you don't notice it does go rusty a bit, literally you just brush it again and just glance the torch over it, and the wax will just sort of blend off again and rub it through. It's just really easy maintenance, really easy. Anyway, I'll leave it at that. It's just a little trick, you know. It may come in handy to some of you, it may not, but there you go. Anyway, I'm going to go and get on with something else. Cheers for watching, guys. Take care.